battle for the last remaining dancer. Can we take flight and do what's right? Damage the start of modern life. Don't wanna be the lone survivor. Don't tell me I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams we're passing by, we'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. Don't tell me I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by, we'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way.
Alright, let's paint us a swamp color and see how it goes. Yes. Alright. Let's throw down some base colors. If you're wondering, I am painting this in sub-assemblies, at least for a little bit, so I can get to all these inside bits, but I'm not going to paint the entire thing in sub-assemblies. I just looked at the model and decided that I wouldn't actually be able to get to any of the bits that I needed to if I add all of the nonsense on. Even though you can barely see it, you can still see it, so, you know. Wanted to at least put that much into it. You know, I got everything else all assembled and everything. There we go. Come on. This forearm, she does not want to be painted. Says no, I will not. I can see it, I just can't get to the one little bit I need to, and I don't need all of the coats of paint on there, just a little. There we go. Just a little peeking out right there. Alright. Good, good. Should just go ahead and paint the chest and all this bits and then stick the model together. That's a good idea. I'll do that. Get on with my life. These will be more towards the bottom instead of the top, because that will be cloaked. Definitely want to give it some more highlights in that area. Go. Thicken that area up just a bit. Still want it pretty thin. Not super overly so. Don't want it to look like crap. There we go. That is much better. Highlight the lower part. There we go. Tiniest bits of yellow with the skin looking nice and jaundicey a little bit. Let's get a little bit of our English uniform for for Zenithal, but didn't get a ton, so let's bring some of those rich brown tones, brown-green tones in here a little bit. Just a touch. There we go. That is looking quite a bit better. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. All right. Let's do love these little personalized shields and everything that all these guys wear. Just a cool little extra aesthetic. There we go. Yep. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Go. Zoop. We'll leave the darker parts. Let's get these that are facing more outwards. Go. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
For your audience must be impressed or you're wasting
Alright, alright. Starting to get there. Go. Rawr. This guy does not want to stick on here. As hard as I may try. No. All right. Let's do his eyes, a little bit of character. Rawr. This little face is a little cross-eyed. Rah. Rugga-rah. Alright. Let's see here. This wee little bird skull. Let's change brushes. Back to the basing brush. About it getting abused. Go. All right. Just kind of marking everything. Let's go back in and get this patch of skin that didn't want to be covered up. Alright. There's that. This little belt. Belty belt. Alright, I gotta figure out. Maybe change handles on this guy, because this is just not going very well. Maybe he'll work better if he sits on the in-between spots on this one. Maybe? Well, you have it in between there? Oh! Right. Let's see if that works any better. Alright. Let's get all these crevices. Here we go. Alright. Rawr. Scary face. Birdie skull. Alright, let's see here. Alright, this music. Let's I think there's a little, there it is. It's a little too much. Alright, and then we need to base our leather, which he's got a lot, so I think I'm going to do an alternating of brown and black. Oop. Zoop. There we go. And out, just cram your brush back there. Ooh, yeah. I really hope GW comes out with the Warcry rules for these fairly soon. Pull off his little hanky down cloth. This one in brown. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I gotta clip off a bunch of the vegetation in his base. Forgot about that. Whoops. I'm getting sidetracked. Let's just need to do the inside bits. But I guess I need to know what the entirety of his robe looks like. So, alright. Off we go on this escapade. Boop. There we go. That. Cephalops there. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Go. Yeah, this model's gonna take me at least a few sessions to paint, if not more. It's got all the bits and pieces. Alright. There's that. And I guess we'll just alternate. What he's got on each side. There's that. Yeah. And I guess I don't have to alternate it through on everyone, but oh, we'll see how it looks. Could be good. Could look like hot garbage. And just cause that'll probably look cool, let's do dark sockets. Alright, alright. It's moving along. There we go. Oop. All the base coating. But after I do this, no, I don't have to try to figure out if all my different colors and everything. Because obviously he's got to be part of the force, but he has a character unto himself, so we want him to stand out outside of just having a cool sculpt. Make him a little moody. There we go. Go. All right, robes are base coated. That just doesn't want coverage for some reason. There we go. Little tiny bits of yellow. There we go. There we go. Brrr. Oops. Go the best coat of hands. Let's see, how's the head shaman guy? Would he have more or less of the brown hands and feet. Go. Let's do the same thing up here. There we go. Just lift it up. There we go. And there we go. Not bad, not bad. Getting there. Rawr. Alright. About time to put the head and arm on. Just gotta get a few more bits. Leather, because why not? Actually, I lied. Let's make that that dark wood piece. There we go. And then, just because, do yeah. Yeah, that was more than I intended, but it's all good. Alright, let's do just the tiniest. Like I said, don't usually do sub-assemblies if I can help it, but I could not get into any of this. Let's give one last little run on the skin here. There we go. There we go. That's looking a lot better. Let's just smooth it out a tad bit more. Yoop. Yoop. And work the shadows in. There we go. Let's that just in case. Alright, so we got weird little face. Let's do some highlights real quick on this little wood piece. Excuse me while I shake some paints. Alright. A little bit of the uniform. The uniform gray. There we go. Let's see, even tinier amount of the ice. And we're gonna give this a little bit of texture. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. That, a little more depth. There we go. Alright, let's look at this and see what we've got going on. Like a mist. There we go. Let's give this one last little small, quick highlight. Just to really kind of push it. There we go. Rawr. Scary face. Alright, let's dubstep. That is not drum and bass. Nate's Minis, what's up, dude? I am good. How are you? Thanks for the advice earlier today. Appreciate it. Yeah. Excited to see what your next project that you got baking is gonna be. Yeah. Yeah, this model's really cool. It's gonna take me, you know, forever to paint it. But that's just cause I'm wanting to put it in extra try-hard mode. So I really like the sculpt. It's that new Swampcalla Shaman. The Kruleboyz. Yar. Gotta squish some extra bits. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a pile of shame vid. I'm working on having a pile of shame since I bought Dominion. I just thought these new orcs were too cool to pass up. Didn't really have the FOMO feeling or whatever. It was just kind of like, I actually really like those sculpts. I'd like to own them. But yeah, this dude, there was no way I was gonna get to all this stuff on the inside that I just painted with that arm attached, so you know, sometimes you gotta paint in sub-assemblies. Squeesh. Yeah, I mean, I like the Stormcast out of it. Like, they're really cool, but man, these guys are just way, way cooler. And I painted a couple of them already. I got the Hopgrot Slitta that I did. And then one of the Gut Rippas. And then I got a Bolt Boy. These are my favorite sculpts, hands down. Yeah, I've been experimenting with oils, doing the shadows and everything. So, you know, just trying new things, seeing what works, but I'm definitely hooked on the idea of oils. For sure. Just finished some commission pieces, and I think with the cash from that, I'm gonna give me some oils. Besides the super cheapy ones that I've got. Squeesh. Yeah, I love the. I decided to base them on hyenas. Oils from James Wapple. Yeah, mine. I mostly blame Marco Frazzoni for. Marco Frazzoni. I just love how he mixes acrylics and oils together. Very much my kind of style. But man, James Wapple, I'm glad he joined the Brain Trust, but at the same time I'm like, man, can you just stop making everyone else look bad? Be nice. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be amazing, whatever they put together with each other. He's not a oil artist, but I've been watching a lot of oh, cool. He's gonna make the channels explode. That is one bombastic personality. I've also been watching a lot of Richard Gray recently. His application is nuts. I'm glad you invited him. I've been on his last couple of live streams, and I don't think I'd have the nerve. This does not want to stay glued in place. That's good enough. Trying to mitigate my mold line since this is already primed. I mean, I knew I'd have to probably redo some of it, but trying to get it to not be too awful. Yeah, the blending, man, this was a 2-hour speed paint. My nephew wanted to paint. He came into town and had never painted, so he did Bullseye and I did Daredevil, and all of the blues are oils and they just blend in so easy. Like, I kept it pretty extreme on the rope, but yeah, this was a 2-hour speed paint. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but there's no way I would have got those shadows in like that in 2 hours without using oils. I mean, but yeah, that's what I love about this. Like, all these purples are oils, and that was 5 minutes worth of work getting them to lay in. So, yeah, I was originally like, I'm not gonna do oils, I've still got to learn acrylics, and then I messed with it once and was just like, that is amazing and super easy, and I'm now going to do all of my shadows at least with oils, if not everything. Like, I'm probably gonna do like all of this with oils for the blending once I base it. Yeah, those purples were, I don't know, I wanted something a little more extreme than what I usually do, so there it was. Worked out well. But, oh yeah, what I was saying like 10 minutes ago is that all of my Kruleboyz are based on hyenas. So they've got like yellowy skin, and they've got dark brown hands and feet and spots and shit. So I was like, well, what's the... Purple is contrasting to yellow, so let's give that a shot, and that worked out awesome. Yeah, and I just darkened it up with just a tiny touch of Payne's Gray. Start working on my next video today. I'm gonna take your advice and try to advertise it a little better. Of course, I think it'll be a bit more consumable. It's gonna be a make your own Warcry Catacombs board, so I think people will dig that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do an entire army. I am gonna do a Warcry warband. That's what I've been working towards. Like, I've painted Skaven, KO, Wood Elves, these guys, Stormcast, something else. So I'll have quite a few armies once I start doing battle reports, but that's also what those terrain boards are for. I've been building. Yeah, I wanted to make the Slittas a little, you know, kind of a almost an antithesis to them, so they're more gray and purple based than yellow. Yeah. Warcry's that game I've been looking for a really long time to, you know, be able to get my friends into. That's, you know, you can either be super duper into it and play all kinds of different strategies, or you can drink beer and hang out and just have fun. Be silly. I mean, they did such a good job with it that they pretty much made Kill Team Warcry with their new set that's coming out. Work. There we go. Yeah. Paint all the crannies. Gotta have the crannies painted. Alright. It's getting there. It's getting there. Alright. Let's do his muzzle. Rawr. Gross. Hey man, at least your country is being responsible. So you can take pride in that. Someone posted something up on social media. It's like, don't worry, America won't go into another lockdown. We'll just become desensitized to COVID deaths, just like we have school shootings, poverty, people dying from lack of health care, and, you know, stuff like that. It's just like, wow, that's that really sucks, but that's very true. Orky lips. Them sexy, sexy orky lips. Brr. Me and my wife have more than once, only half joking, said, I wonder if Australia or New Zealand is accepting citizens. Telling her we got an in because she's a nurse. Rawr. This boy got some bad teeth. Blah. Blah, he says. Yep. During the first bad bit and when it hit America, I lived in get my brain working. I live in it was like third in the nation for people that didn't believe that COVID was actually a thing. And we're just like living their normal day to day. It's ridiculous. But on a better subject, yes, these models are awesome. I want their Warcry rules to come out because I'm not planning on keeping the whole box. I was gonna sell the bits that I didn't want. I was pretty much gonna just like make me a Warcry band out of the Orruks and the Stormcast, and then sell the rest. So I'm like, come on, GW, let's get on it. Yeah, no, I mean it's terrifying, but the power of people's denial and lack of empathy towards other people is astounding. Absolutely astounding and heartbreaking. Brrr. I think I may give like the little pot grot and the little extra like stabber dude. May make them a little closer in color to their significant other. Brrr. We'll see how that yellow dries. I may have gone a little too much. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, part of me really wants to paint the entire thing, but I can't start another game. Like, I could, you know, but like, I don't have time to play Age of Sigmar. Like, Warcry is that perfect time frame where I can still play and paint cool minis and do all that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it looks fun. I've been watching a lot of videos on people playing it, but I can't do it. I can't paint the whole thing. I could paint the whole thing and then sell them painted, but I'm still trying to sell my Blood Angels that I bought the box, painted it up, and been trying to sell it as a commission piece, and the only person I had gave me kind of an insulting price. So I won't be doing that again. Yeah, I blame Donnie too. I watched a lot of his videos on the Warcry and was like, man, this looks good, and then Tabletop Skirmish did some. So I actually messaged Donnie and was like, or he commented on one of my videos and we got talking, and I was just like, you know, it's your fault that I'm into this. And he's very unapologetic about how he enjoys sucking people into playing Warcry. Fine, be that way. He seems like a cool guy, though. When I start doing battle reports, I would like to get some of the people that have been doing it for a while and do like record like a voice chat game. Have them guest star, as it were, in the battle report. I mean, I know it's a bit awkward to do it that way, but it'd still be fun. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, I may have to give that a shot. I don't know, I feel, I mean, I know it's all one big community, but I always feel awkward, like, or that people are gonna think that I'm trying to, like, get something off of them, being that they're, have a popular channel or whatever. If I'm ever like, hey, you wanna do a collaboration or blah blah blah, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's trying to ride my coattails or whatever. And I'm like, no. I know that's probably not how people feel, but everybody's got their own stuff going on. There we go. That's a better blend. Yeah, that's true. Worst, well, not the worst somebody could say, but usually the worst somebody says is no thanks. No, but like I said before, I do appreciate you taking that time to type up all that stuff that you sent me earlier today. And just, I don't know. Kind of like when I was talking to people about working on projects, like just jumping in on a community that I don't actively participate in. I'm like, do I have a right to post this here? But, you know, I'm just one of those people that's overly concerned about things that don't really matter. Yep. We all appreciate that. I don't know. I need to get back to being more vocal on the Discord. It's just been wearing me down. But then again, as everybody. This hobby is about the only thing that's kept me sane through all of this. That's for absolute sure. Okay. Yep. Too much yellow in that small space. Turn that down a little bit. Glaze in some darkness. There we go. Alright, let's see. What else we got? It's the base coat. Some hands. We got most of the base coats done except for the accoutrement. So don't have to worry about those blending in. There we go. Boop. Yeah, I'm waffling between saving up for actual camera or dumping everything into supplies, you know, getting some new oil paints and doing some more 3D printing, because I got a whole Gloomspite Gits army that I 3D printed, and I need to do a couple of Skaven. Finish up a couple of war bands for Warcry, some that are missing like 2 or 3 models. Yeah, I mean, I know what they're capable of. I went to school for digital media, and you know, every 3 weeks we had to shoot and edit, you know, a new project. So I'm used to working with them. It's just I haven't had the personal budget, but I should save up. I should do some more commissions and just put it all towards getting some new gear, because you know, I'm shooting with a webcam right now, and then everything I shoot for my videos is with my phone, so isn't the best source. I mean, it does in a pinch, but I can't get my consistent settings like you can with a DSLR. Of course, I'd probably do if I had my druthers, I'd like to do a Lumix or some type of mirrorless. I mean, I usually shot with T5s and T6s. They're good cameras. I don't want anything super nuts. Yeah, the Sony A series are fantastic. Yeah, that's its own crazy rabbit hole of getting, you gotta get new lenses and, got its own hobby within a hobby. It's fun though. Black Magics are awesome. Yeah, I like the GH series. The craziest camera I ever got to... I didn't get to actually work with it, but I was doing some PA work, and production run had a Red Dragon, and it was a $70,000 camera. I got to fiddle with it a little bit, but didn't actually get to run it or anything. That was nice. Yeah, I mean, it was... Let me think how long ago it was now. My kiddo's 4. It was about 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. So 4K was still pretty new. It was like one of the only cameras on the market at the time that shot in 4K. So it was pretty nutty. All right. What color should I do his bracelet in? Let's do it in what I've been doing the rope with. It's got some continuity with the others. I'm trying not to use too expansive of a palette. I want to keep it pretty limited to all the different units. Like if I have to, I'll throw in an extra color here or there, but and it also helps me be more creative but being limited. Wow. Yeah. Luke for sure knows his stuff. He hasn't been posting anything recently. I'm guessing he's got a big project he's been working on. Yeah. I think he said it was like one of his very first cameras or whatever, and he only uses it like sparing, like on particular shots or something now. Alright, I need to get some shadows back in this face. There we go. Just a little bit. There we go. Excellent. There we go. There we go. Alright, question is, should I do this as actual bone color? Probably. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, my brother just came up to visit, and he shoots. He's a private contractor, like shooting commercials and stuff. And one of his main cameras is the 6400. Everything, like, he's got a couple others and everything, but he uses 6400 for a whole lot of stuff. And yeah, it's a very solid camera all the way around. The main thing I like about the option of shooting in 4K is, you know, you don't have to be, you can set up a shot the way you want to, and then if you want it a little tighter in post, you know, you've got a ton of room to zoom in on. That's one of the things that I really like about 4K. Yeah, if I can ever make it to a decent point in either my videos or streaming, I will definitely invest in a better camera. Probably before then, but what did you think of, I don't know if you actually got a chance to watch it, but what did you think of my new video? I thought I maybe went a little too overboard with the opening, the intro. Might have been a little much. It's not my usual taste, but I got a wild hair and decided to spice it up. Yeah, get the shooter said the same thing. I don't know what it is, because I went back and listened to it, both my recording and the one that uploaded, and it was coming through both sides of mine. So I have no idea. I don't know if the compression on the upload, something went wonky or what. I mean, I know it's only got a handful of watches, but it's got some Bill Making stuff actually commented on it. I was like, do I want to upload it? But I know one comment shouldn't make a difference in my choice. It's silly of me. But yeah, I went back and like retweak the sound in my settings and everything in Resolve, so I'll probably delete it and re-upload it tomorrow. Yeah, for some reason, like every time Resolve updates, it does that to me. I don't know why. Like it happened before, like almost a year ago to date. I was recording something and it only ran out of the right side. Keep switching it, switching my mono settings, mono and stereo, which is frustrating. I mean, usually I record in Audacity, but occasionally I'm like, oh, I'll just record straight onto Resolve and it'll be fine. And my headset janked up and I can only hear out of the right side or the left side, so I don't know. Yeah, I used all the Adobe stuff for years, especially when I was in school and everything, and I just couldn't justify paying the fee for it anymore. So I switched to Resolve, and man, it is amazing. Its color grading is better than Adobe, hands down. Like, Resolve's color grade system is no joke. I mean, if I was still doing VFX stuff, then, you know, AE, After Effects is 100% the way to go. But if you're looking for just video editing, then, man, Resolve. I started getting into like the real technical aspects of it, and that's one reason why my new videos look a lot better, because, you know, my phone won't let me shoot in neutral, so I kind of like fake it with Resolve, and it works really, really good. No, I feel ya. I had a ton of presets, a ton of like just assets I'd collected over the years that I was kind of looks and everything that I was loath to let go. But yeah. I don't know. If you're feeling froggy, I highly recommend downloading it, giving it a shot. I mean, it's free. You won't regret it. At all. Okay. If you want, I can send you a video that I've been using to. It was kind of what I based my new grading on. And yeah, it's like the preset that I use for everything now. Yeah, I've never used HitFilm. I've heard a lot of people sing its praises, but I've never got involved with it. Stippling. Oil paints and stippling have been like my new obsession in painting. Let's go to the color. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just because of how I was taught, but I, you know, live and breathe, or live and die by color grading, which I'd gotten out of. I don't know, I guess because I had switched programs and everything, maybe I'd gotten lazy from lack of practice, but I've been getting real heavy back into doing color grading. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Alex is, man, he's a madman. I love his videos so much. Just like his sense of humor makes me laugh like every time, just his dry sense of humor, and then the way he shoots, and I don't know. There's a couple people out there, yourself included, the way you shoot, where I'm just like, that's the goal for my videos. I'm just like, I gotta up my game. Of course, I think that's what a lot of people are expecting nowadays, like people that watch. It's like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just like Miniac and Goobs and everything, where they shoot on high quality equipment and have skills, where it's just like everyone's like, yep, this is what mini videos are supposed to look like now. I just want to be like, damn it, not everyone can afford a $6,000 camera. I have enough problems affording hobby supplies. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, man. I do that to a certain extent. Like if I see a movie or something I really like, you know, visually, then I'll definitely look at the grading and everything, the way they do it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I watch so little of stuff nowadays. Like mostly everything I consume is miniature related in some form or fashion. So I think everything in the majority of things in my life right now are all mini related. Yeah, we actually hung out with people for the first time in like a year and a half, and I was like, damn it, how do I talk to people? None of these people are mini painters. Like, what do I actually talk to people about now? Like, I just want to sit here and talk color theory and painting techniques and all that. Well, the people I was hanging out with are artsy. They don't really care about minis. My wife humors me and lets me yammer to her about them. Yeah. Pretty much any free hobby time I have, I'm streaming. Like if I'm painting, I'm streaming. So the only time I get to talk to folks about it or anything is right here. Cause I figure if I'm painting, I might as well be streaming. Only takes a few extra minutes for me to set up. Get him some weathered looking leather. Yeah, I haven't really, besides Miniocalypse Jamie, I haven't really connected with many people in the hobby. Well, Jamie and Phil. I don't know. A lot of it's that imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough to talk to these people. I'm sure nobody really gives a shit. So, I'm not a very social creature anyway, so. Boop, boop, boop. Well, you do come in and hang out in my streams often, and I greatly appreciate that. Enjoy talking to you, yakking at you. Yeah, those are some, man, that's terrain goals right there, those two guys. Anytime I'm struggling on a particular aspect or something. Seems like they've done a video. Narb I haven't watched a ton of, but Eric... He's always got an interesting take on how to put something together. I don't know, there's so many just like creative, inspirational folk in our little sphere. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Always try to, you know, say thank you to people. I feel like a lot of people kinda, not maliciously, but can kind of forget to say it, myself included, so I always try to let people know that they are appreciated. I'm pretty forgetful. Yeah, I can imagine, man. That's especially sometimes we're just a bunch of big kids and forget rules and social graces, and but it's a lot to a lot to just handle in general, especially with a bunch of absent-minded artists. I remember when I first joined the Brain Trust, I was just like, I don't know what I was expecting, but walked in and just saw all these big names and everything. It was like, well, I'm completely out of my depth, and everyone was totally awesome and super friendly. Alright. Got that black leather first highlights going on. Man, all those that first run of 3-color squigs was excellent. I remember that was when I very first even started looking into mini painting, before I'd actually painted anything, and saw those videos. It's like, man, you can do that with 3 colors? That's nutty. No way. And squigs have always been even when I was just reading the Gotrek and Felix novels, that my brother-in-law got me hooked on. I was like, squigs are the coolest thing. So, anything involving squigs I automatically like. Although, I'm not terribly sure about the new Beast Snaga squigs. I don't know. They're possibly just a little too out there, maybe. With the weird mono wheels and stuff. I was hoping that they'd do some new type of squigs with these guys, with the Kruleboyz. Yeah, I don't know, man. Age of Sigmar's got so many good sculpts. I was originally trying to stay away from GW when I first got in. I was real into the Infinity sculpts, and they're still amazing, and they've been doing a ton with it. And I was like, okay, well, everybody's into 40k. I'll paint a little bit of those and see how I feel about it, and then that just opened the floodgates, and now all I'm painting is Age of Sigmar stuff, even if it's proxy. My love of fantasy could only be suppressed for so long because I grew up reading, Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms, and but yeah, KO I was not crazy about, and then I got the Underworlds team because one of my local shops had a box, and I was like, oh, this is out of print, this might be cool to paint. And now that I've painted them, I really like the KO sculpts. Their storylines are neat, but if I had to pick a army, I know people have been bashing the old Stormcast, but I like that they actually look like big individuals in big protective armor. So I don't know. I always loved some Gloomspite. Skaven I got a soft spot for Skaven just because they're weird and awful. But I love these new orcs too. Yeah, I mean, they did the dispossessed and kind of kept them in, but I feel like it was just kind of a token effort. Same with wood elves. Like, I love wood elves, and I've got these riders primed up and ready to go. I did some kit bashing on, or some conversions on a bunch of wood elves, putting them together, and yeah. So I feel you with the dwarves. Like the fire slayers are fine, but yeah, I miss like some just solid dwarves. Like, I like the steampunk aesthetic and everything, but I don't know. And the Lumineth are just a little too ridiculous. Like, if I ever painted or put together any Lumineth, I would have to do some serious green stuff work, because I would cut all their helmets down. And like just resculpt the entire thing. Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. And I feel like they're never gonna do anything past Cities of Sigmar. They're like, well, you got your one little book. We're never gonna give you new sculpts or anything. And that's one thing I like about proxy stuff. Like, I'm gonna eventually do like a big, I don't know how big, but I'm gonna do like a decent size like series on proxy models and like Warcry and everything. I don't know how well it's gonna be received, because I've been kind of harangued already by some people about intellectual theft of property and all that. Well, if they're not gonna support it, if they're not gonna back it up, then why can't another company make something and you just sub this in for it? Yeah, I mean, that's one reason why I got a 3D printer, is because, you know, it's like, well, I could spend $40 on a bottle of resin and print out a ton of stuff, or I could spend $40 and get, you know, part of a box of something. So, I don't know. I feel that there's validity to each side, but I don't know. Just me personally, I'm just like, I don't see a problem with proxies. Especially if it's something, like I said, that GW's not gonna put any effort into. Man, I love one-page rules, especially their Saurus models that they did. Those things were so good. If they ask you if there's anybody you know that's interested in doing something with their products, you send them my way. I would jump all over that. I didn't much care for their Da Vinci stuff that they did, but most of their other stuff is awesome. always forget how runny P3 stuff is compared to other paints. Oops. Oh well. Always go back and fix it later. Yeah, I did a really cool one that I was super duper happy with, and did some of my best non-metallic metal gold that I've ever done, or I guess it was copper or whatever. It's more red. Anyway, and then I did a really cool water effect with some epoxy, and something was wrong with my epoxy, even though it was how I mixed it every single time, and it never cured, even though I gave it like 2 months. So finally, it was like still a goopy mess, and I had to throw it away. I was very sad about, because I loved that entire paint job. Yeah, I mean, it was a free model and everything, that their free model one that I printed out, but still, like, it was just like, of course, it's a great paint job, why wouldn't it be all jacked up? But, you know, I still have it on Instagram and on my phone and everything, so I'll still have the memory of it. It happens. I think the epoxy was just too old. What ended up being the problem? Alright, let's see if we can get little bits on the inside here. Problem is, you know, usually if you can't see it, don't worry about it, but you can see this is the problem. Boop boop. I don't know if you work with P3 paints often, but they're really, really good. They're a little runny, but as long as you're aware of that, they work like a dream. Blend really well. They do stay wet quite a bit longer than most other paints, which can be good or bad. Yeah, I've only got to mess with like 3 of them. I've got bootstrap leather, bastion gray, and something else. Can't remember what the other one is. But yeah, I don't hear people talk about them a lot, and I don't know why, because they're really good paints. I was about to buy the Pro Acryl set right before I started messing with oils. I still kind of want the Pro Acryl set, but I think instead I'll be buying the oil paints. Yeah, that's true. I thought they quit doing War Machine, or no, they just launched that new game. What was it? The sci-fi one that was I almost bought like one of the beginning sets of that just because the sculpts were so cool. It's like I'm never gonna play this, but the sculpts look amazing. But I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're just like an all-around solid company that people don't have anything to complain about. Like, you don't get the hype that like some other companies do, like GW and everything. Just like, yep, we make a solid product and just kind of do our thing. Yeah. I mean, companies like that are usually more my speed. Unfortunately, not like only one hobby store in my area carries their paints, and like they haven't ordered that. You can tell they're old, like the labels are all faded and everything, so they haven't ordered anything from them from a while. I'm tempted to just be like, why don't you sell me an entire set of this for super duper cheap, since you're not ordering anymore, and I'll take a bunch of them off your hands. This guy's looking pretty good. The browns and the black leather are contrasting pretty well against each other. It's not bad, not bad. Of course, all this will be homogenized a little bit better once I get those oils in the shadows. It's all right. I think we all are in the hobby to some extent. And very rarely do you hear people that talk and they're just like, yeah, just I tried for a while to be like, I'm only gonna keep in what I'm actually gonna paint. And I did for a while. Like, didn't have like any backlog, it was, except for like what I had just bought. And yeah, that didn't last. Surprise. And I got a buddy, I paint all of his, not Flames of War, what is it? Bolt action stuff. And he keeps trying to get me to play. That is totally your game. I did paint him a 3,000 point army though. Like, you have fun with that. I will paint your stuff and I'm good. Hey man, I feel ya. Everybody keeps asking me, like, whenever I talk to family or whatever, they're like, so are you gonna like sell all the stuff that you've painted? Like, no. I'm gonna hold on to it because it's cool and I put effort into it. Unless it's a commission, I don't really have a reason to get rid of it. Yeah, man. Dots. All the dots. Lots of dots. There we go. All right. Dot dot dot. All the dots. Pew pew pew. All right. Let's bring that just a little bit. There we go. All right. Starting to look like something. dots. All the little dots. Boop, boop, boop. Ah. There we go. All right, let's see. Little dots on the leaves. Boop, 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 boop. Haha. Man, you got into a lot of those deep, hard. I don't know. I get that too, though. When it's like Kickstarter or something, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I should totally buy all of these things. But the problem I have is that a lot of my friends aren't into the style of games that I am. So it's just kind of like, well, is this going to be a giant waste of money that only I'm gonna be entertained by? That's the conundrum I always run into. I'm not really established with my local gaming group. Friends love board games, but let's see how he looks. Next to this guy's got some. Yeah, they're definitely part of the same force. Always like to check, you know, at some point, about halfway through a paint job, and see how it's gonna look with the everything else I've painted. There we go. Flat brown. Yeah, the last one I was really enticed by was that Conquest, when they were doing all their new stuff. But it was like right when I had decided to get into Warcry, and I was like, no, I can't. I throw my hat in the ring with this. Halo Fleet Battles. I didn't even know that was. Never even heard of that. But yeah, before I got into miniature painting, I was, and I still am, heavy into board games. I had to keep it fairly toned down because the people I played with, so it wasn't like super crazy strategy games, but we played. We had people over, you know, pre-COVID, freaking all the time for board games. Hey, I didn't say it was a good thing having that. But no, I got in the habit of asking myself that, because I bought quite a few games where I was like, yes, people are gonna love this, and then, you know, I would tell people about it and they would either have no interest or they'd give it a shot and hate it. So tempted to curb my enthusiasm. As much as I could. All right. Pizzas are done. Few more highlights on these fingers just to get some interest. Boop. Do really like, I mean, this guy's got a bunch of like jangly bits and everything, but I do like that they're not overly bitted. Like, this is the most like as bad as it's gotten, I feel like. Whereas I look at some 40K models and I'm like, holy crap, that looks like a nightmare to paint. Brown up in here. Yeah, I mean, it, like I said, this guy is by far the worst. Like, the other ones I've painted really aren't bad. But, you know, oh, gotta have your shaman with all the bits and bangles and Ufura and all that good stuff. Slide that up a little bit more. There we go. That's more what I was looking for. I mean, give me some details in my models and everything, cool, but damn, GW, like, there just needs to be one guy in the studio that his only job is to tell them when to stop. Although with the new Snaggas, I feel like they're starting to tone down. Like, they don't have a ton of stuff compared to some of the other newer models they've come out with, so maybe they're finally learning to calm it down a bit. I like that you are willing to throw some detail in your models, but F. Yeah, I saw that video. I immediately, as soon as I saw those models he was painting, I went to their webpage and was looking at their stuff. Yeah, like detail, cool, technology where you can be able to do that, absolutely. But, you know, know when to stop. You don't have to throw the kitchen sink in to make it interesting. That's one thing also I like about one-page rules models, is that they do a really good job of balancing detail and simplicity. Like there'll be parts of it that are for a particular model that actually has a whole lot, and then the other ones are just like just enough where they make them interesting, but don't drown the model. Which I think a lot of 3D print companies kind of fall into that trap where it's just like, we can print it, so we should do it. We should make all these crazy bits and pieces and intricate details. Are we back? Maybe? Maybe yes, maybe no? Well, let's see. Maybe. I don't know if everyone can hear me, but my OBS just crashed and had a fit. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out what is going on. Yeah, for some reason my webcam isn't working. Come on, OBS. I was in the zone on my painting and everything. Oh, come on. Boo. Well, dumb. Dumb. There we go. Now I have to readjust everything. Uno momento. And let me change my focus. There we go. Alright, well that was dumb. OBS has been crashing on me lately, and I don't know why. I don't like it. Not even a little. Getting this guy done tonight. He's got too many bits and pieces. Pieces, bits. Alright, man. Nate, thanks for coming and hanging out with me, keeping me company, chatting with me, and for all the advice. Once again, thank you. Super duper appreciate it. You have a lovely, lovely day. Good man. Go. Do. Gross hand. Paint the gross hand. All hell the gross hand. Like, what do you even cut this thing off of? Like a troll? Damn, it's huge. There we go. Oh. Nope. Alright, this is our kind of an awkward angle. Funny angle. At 8, that'll be cool. It's looking better. Let's see. Let's do 3 tops. tone it down. Might be a little much. Maybe. Might dry just right though. Here we go. Zoop, 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 zoop. Let's mix that up a little. Oop, too much on the brush. Pew pew pew. There we are. Once it dries, it looks nice. Spread that out a little. There we go. Back part looks nice. This front part kind of looks like shite. Let's try to tone that down a little. Shelby. There we go. There. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Boop. There we go, just little tiny. Little tiny. I know it's not there. Go. Alright. Alright. That funky looking hand don't look bad. Give it some nails. Nasty looking nails. Yes. Yes, that looks sufficiently nasty. Alright, alright. It's not too bad. Brr. Let's tone that down a bit. Got a little overboard right there. Not a ton, just a bit. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Starting to look respectable. Go. Phew. There we go. Yes. There we go. He's got tiny little toenails. Four on one foot, five on another. Most of his fingers on the staff covered. There we go. Fingernails. Just oh. Alright. Let's get a decent size brush. Doing some decent sized highlights. Don't worry about being too subtle at the moment. We'll go back through and smooth all this out later. Gnarly teeth, gnarly teeth. There we go. Yeah. All right. What should I do this as? I feel like I should do this slightly different color. Let's do it. Let's just make up something. Alright, here's that. And then, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of middle stone. Let that dry for a sec. I do want this kind of all blended together. Some weird, gross piece of cloth this guy tied onto this giant skull. Alright, so we got the leather, we got the feet, we got the hands, we got the staff, we got the face. Need to do the bowl. The bowl. The bowl. Yeah. There we go. Oh, got to do the inside of it as well. Let's add a little bit of water to this. It's got a little dried out. Pale. Yes, good. There we go. There we go. All right. Go. Mm-hmm. Let's see what gems we can make just with what's on the palette. And of course, you know, we can do wood beads. Wood. Go. Change the focus on this since I've been. There we go. Painting it a little further down. All right. Is the weathered leather maybe a little too much? Should I tone it down? have been a little too much. Pew, 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 pew. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, what we got? We got some glass. We got. Let's get all these cords done up. And I could be a lot cleaner about this, but I don't really need to be at this point. I will be when I need to. Otherwise, I'm just making my life harder. And I don't need to quite yet. There we go. Phase 1. There we go. Phase 2. See? Yes, 2. Yes. Good. I'll see here. There. Way too much paint on my brush, but this lighter coat will probably pay off better in the long run. And I'll probably have to end up repainting most of this stuff anyway, depending on how the bottle goes. Hope not, but it'll also be a reminder, because I'd probably forget to do these up. Soup. There we go. Here. There we are. Alright, so we got fucking ropes. There we go.